Okay, so those of you who are familiar with our little show here on Sunday evenings are used to seeing Jane Bos from the Grand Rapids Press joining us during football season as we break down all the teams. Last couple years, Jane's thrown out, hey, I'll come in for basketball season. We can talk high school hoops as well. So finally I'm like, okay, Jane, let's do it. So here we are, basketball season. Boys reaching, they just had districts this week. Girls wrapping up their regionals. And so let's talk a little high school hoops.
I am so ready to talk high school hoops with you, Jason.
She's got her cheat sheet and all. Right, so let's start with the guys. We've just wrapped up districts, heading into regional week. Class A, Kalamazoo Central still alive. Wayland unbeaten still alive. Holland, Rockford, Grand Haven all still alive. We've got a potential Wayland Case Central matchup if that materializes down the road. We've got some interesting teams still out there.
Well, I think that Wayland has got a big test first. They have to beat a very, very good team in Lansing Eastern. They have to beat this team first. And if they can do that, then yeah, then they get a match with Kalamazoo Central. And I think that's intriguing in a lot of ways because Wayland would be the underdog. An unbeaten team, the underdog.
As an underdog. Rockford's still out there. Coach Marley always seems to have his guys, no matter what the talent level or whatever, they always seem to be at this point in the season.
Well, yeah, it's a great team. It's a seasoned team, and he knows what he's doing. He's got his son out there, Ryan Marley, running the show, and that's an extension of the coach on the court, and that always helped. But the other half of that district, or regional, includes Grand Haven, who co-championship the OK Red with Rockford, and I think that matchup's an intriguing one too for the final there at Granville on Wednesday night.
Okay, Class B, Stevensville Lakeshore still alive, Marshall, Richland Gull Lake, South Haven still playing, and then we also got Muskegon Heights, Freeland, Fremont, Belding, Holland Christian, East Grand Rapids, Comstock Park, and South Christian. I saw South Christian a great game the other night with Godwin Heights going overtime. Sailors able to pull that one out. Who strikes you in Class B as being maybe the team to beat?
I really like Holland Christian right now. I know Muskegon Heights is its own thing, and they're a great team, of course, but I think Holland Christian can do something. They're coached by Mike Phelps, who does a great job with those guys, and there's not one star in the team. They have a great point guard in Simon Van Legeveldy, and they have some size inside. You know, they have it all. Comstock Park is a very athletic team, too, but they don't have size. They lack that one element. I think Holland Christian could surprise people.
Okay. Class C, Fenville, Constantine, Calvin Christian, Montague. Have you seen a lot of Calvin Christian? What do you know about him?
I've seen Calvin Christian twice, and I like them too. They have some really nice elements in that team. Ryan Stevens, a good coach. They have Tyler Cruz inside, he's about 6'8", 6'9". He does a great job inside. They have some point guards that can dribble the ball. I like Calvin Christian. I wouldn't be surprised if they were down in the Final Four. Okay, and over in Class D, Tri-Unity Christian, go figure. Coach Keeler has his guys ready, the defenders always at this point of the season. And Western Michigan Christian, of course, still playing. Class D, maybe a potential another conference rival between Western Michigan Christian and Tri-Unity down the road? Well, Western Michigan Christian, two-time defending state champs. 2 losses this year, once to Muskegon Heights and once to Tri-Unity Christian. Can Tri-Unity Christian do that again? I don't know. West Michigan Christian is a very, very good team. Okay, let's flip over to the girls now. Girls have wrapped up their regionals, so they're heading into class quarterfinals, semifinals coming up this week in Class A. Rockford, good test against East Lansing. Rams scoring a grand total of 73 points in district games in 2 games, but still managed to knock off West Ottawa and Marquette this week. Yeah, Rockford's a really good team. You know, they co-championed the OK Red with Grand Haven, and Grand Haven had the disadvantage of driving all the way up to Traverse City for its district game. I think that really hurt them a lot of the regional game. I think Rockford is good. Jessica Yonkers is a really good coach. She's got those guys going. There's not a star in the team, but they play great defense, and that's how they won the OK Red, and I think they could easily beat East Lansing. Okay. Catholic Central going to take on Richland Gull Lake. Blowout wins over Holland Christian and Allendale for CC. Of course, Catholic Central lost the title game last year to Detroit Country Day. Country Day's won, what, I think 9 of the last 14 girls Class B state championships. Are these two on a collision course again? They met last year in Ypsilanti. You know, could we be looking at this again? Oh, yeah. I mean, everyone's figuring that's going to happen. 3 years in a row, it's going to happen again. Catholic Central, this time they have to win this one, though. They want to win all the way this time and not be runner-up. Is that a possibility? I know they got Annalise Picarella, the big girl in the middle. Will Country Day's depth experience come in, or does CC, if they do have that matchup, do they have a legitimate shot again? Well, they're the underdog, and I think that always helps be the underdog, and I think Catholic Central and Colleen Lamoureux Tate, they get it done. Okay. Class C, Morley Stanwood has got a game against Flint Hamady. Wins over Saranac and Calvin Christian so far for Morley Stanwood. And in Class D, we got Battle Creek St. Phil still playing. Who do you like? Morley Stanwood's a good team. You know, they haven't lost since their first game, and they're playing the defending state champ, which is also a rematch of their quarterfinal from a year ago. So Flint Hamady, I think whoever wins this one could win the state title. Should be interesting. Okay, now you had a big spread the other day in the paper. Rule change this year. Instant replay is going to be used for the state semifinals and finals for girls and boys basketball in the coming weeks at the Breslin Center, and all from a little game a couple years ago featuring Forest Hills Northern. Cole Klein, not your typical three-pointer, hits this running, underhanded three-pointer at the buzzer that should have sent their game to overtime in the state semifinals. Instead, it's ruled a two-pointer. They end up losing.
fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you want to look at it, I was the one shooting the video of that game. And had I not thrown out my back, I would have been sitting on the court with the camera. But since my back couldn't handle it, I was up on the mezzanine with the tripod. So I was able to get the good angle of that. And now here we are 2 years later, and we've got this interesting rule change.
Well, Jason, I can still picture you showing Coach Harvey what it was like, and him just, whoa! It was so obvious that it should have been a three-pointer. Now, this is a really specific, narrow-focused rule. It has to be goose eggs in the clock, and it has to be decided if it's 2 or 3-pointer, and only at the end of regulation and at the end of an overtime. So it's a very narrow-focused thing, and it's going to come into effect maybe, maybe not, but because of what you did and you filmed, there it is.
So we'll see if it actually plays out, but hey, we're part of a rule change, I guess so to say. Well, even though it's called now the Coach Harvey rule, right? It should be fun. So hopefully teams like Cole Klein and Forest Hills Northern don't get, cheated per se. All right, James. Thank you. Appreciate it.